Alright, here's my experience with this movie. Beginning. Getting a little bit out of the first act. Okay. Middle. Then the second act. Third act. Okay. Ending. Yep. This movie, when it was getting towards the end of the film, I was like, okay, this movie is okay. It's your standard Blumhouse thing from nowadays. It's fine. Whatever. It's okay. Nothing. But then the end happened. Because it was like, okay, they're setting this up. There can't be much left of this movie. How are they gonna do this? And then the credits start, and I went, you've got to be fucking kidding me. That's how you're ending it. It honestly is the most frustrating ending. And I get the message they're literally hammering into our heads with this AI stuff. I'm already concerned about AI. As nobody learned from the Terminator. We are heading there, people. It's just a matter of time. But that's what this movie is really warning us about, is AI. Now, no bones about. When I first saw this trailer, I went, no. It's not the worst Blumhouse. It's not even the worst horror movie of this year. Or the worst movie, period. Would it have made my top 10? Possibly it would have been number 10 and I could have pushed Joker 2 out of the number 10 spot. Possibly. Then it would have been all horror. Worst list. That's not good. But, honestly, it's not worse than Joker 2, I'll tell you that much. But, yeah, what it is, John Cho and Catherine Waterston, they have a family, and they are chosen to test out this AI. And AI comes in their homes, it starts making their lives easier, and then it starts to go on a downward spiral. The problem is the believability in this. So there's a point where the AI does something for the teenage daughter, and the dad at this point is like, okay, he doesn't know about this, but he's basically like, hey, he knows that something's not right and wants to get rid of it. And the teenage daughter, who has had this thing done, is like, no, I need her. She's helping me get into college. I need her. And I'm like, bitch, she just got your boyfriend registered as a sex offender, basically. And you just seem to yeah, okay. I'm going a little bit far. You're like, wait, she did what? So like I said, John Cho is this guy. He has this family. It's your normal dysfunctional, half Asian, half American femme. And they're doing fine, but it's, money and stuff. But then this company that he's working with wants to offer him the AI and to have him test it, right? And as it comes in, it starts to kind of weasel into their lives, even though it's only supposed to be on one level. It's going everywhere because that's what AI is gonna do. They even make references to Alexa and Siri in this, where it's just like, I don't know. I get it, but my folks have an Alexa, right? My parents do. And it's far from this. The minute we start trying to put this into our houses, is when we need to really take a long look at ourselves in the mirror and say, how fucking lazy are we? Because come on, these things are supposed to be like doing everything for you. I would say they can't do everything. It reminds me of the movie Smart House. Smart House, the Disney movie. And what happens in that movie? The AI goes crazy. And yes, it was sort of the fault of the son, but still goes crazy. So, Pat, as she's called there. Yeah. So, the whole thing with this, there's a subplot right at the beginning of this where the daughter's boyfriend is trying to get her to show the boobies, And he's all like, oh, but she does a quick flash shot, whatever. And then when they get to school, he's like, oh, I was disappointed. She's like, what? He goes, no, not in that. It's just that I buried myself, which, by the way, she never asked him to. And so he was hoping for more. And she does eventually. It's a piece of the tree. We don't see it on, of course. And the character is supposed to be 17, as we find out. And it's even more so than that. Eventually, this becomes a deep fake video of a pornographic actress with her face now on her, which is very much in the, Here's my question, though, because it's never spelled out right, because I just thought of this right now. Did he actually do this, or did Aya do it so that it would get the boyfriend away or something? She saw she was being pressured or something, and she did that. I don't know. But, not only does she used her AI voice to imitate Iris, the daughter, and then she exposes the boyfriend, who is just turned 18. His birthday just happened to turn 18. There's a whole bunch of technicalities that technically when he showed her himself and asked her, he was still technically, he was 17 when he showed himself. So it's technically not exposing yourself to the minor. If it's the day before your 18th birthday, that's the technicality that people could really go to court for. And then he asked her on his birthday to send the pictures to him, and she's still 17. That's a no-no. Yeah. And then they had she puts up another video, Aya does, incriminating this guy, basically, gonna send him to, he's gonna end up in jail or something. And then later, she fakes a video of him gonna commit suicide, and then murders him and makes it look like it's a suicide. I don't know. You have David Dastmalchian in this as this guy. He injects himself something, whatever. It's revealed later he has cancer, and he's dying. And it's also revealed that these two, him and this other lady, Sam or Samantha, whatever, they're working for Aya. What I don't like is they don't explain where Aya came from. They're like, no, we didn't create her. She came from the data. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. An AI can't just manifest. Someone had to have put the data together and created it. AI is not alive unless you create it to be alive. It's not, oh, I was there all along. No, that's not how it works. They don't give a straight answer to that at all. And then you have this one chick save John Cho because he's going to destroy this thing. But of course, you can't have it be destroyed. Look, they have this thing that's supposed to be like the housing for the unit, but it's fake. And then this other girl is like, Melody is her name. She's like, oh, it's at your house. So that he makes the decision to call his wife. You fucking idiot. You don't see her pick up the phone, so you already know it's going to be Aya. Why? I don't understand this. This is where the movie started to go downwards for me, because I'm just like, why would you call your wife? Why wouldn't you show up? Why wouldn't you show up and drag them out? Why would you call her knowing that Aya could intercept the call? That is absolutely fucking stupid. Okay? And then he says, oh, we're gonna, to her, oh, we'll meet where we met, where the fire happened. So he goes to the hotel, and that's where Melody reveals she's working for Aya, so she was supposed to kill the other two? I guess. And he's like, no. And then Aya tries to convince the wife. First of all, she makes her dad show up in an AI video. And then it's like, oh, hey, your husband is with this chick in a hotel room right now. And I'm just like, wait, so that was the setup to show her to frame him. But you showed that you could make people appear out of nowhere. Why not have him just appear with a random chick? Why do you have to set it up in the hotel room? And this is where everything just goes down. Because earlier in the film, there are these two people with masks doing symbols and kind of stalking them. And they're brought up and they're like, oh no, they're gone now. They're gone. It's fine. Because everyone is now dependent on Aya, which is another thing. Everybody's going to be so dependent on it. Everyone's dependent on technology. And I'm telling you right now, the technology we have right now is nothing compared to what this would be. Right? And then it's revealed. So, at the beginning of the film, there is this cold open, for lack of a better term, with this family whose daughter goes missing. It turns out these are the two parents looking for their daughter. And then the SWAT team comes in because they mentioned swatting earlier. And I think the kid was taught by Aya, and so he kind of turned it around. Now this is where it should end. At one point, the housing for the AI unit is destroyed. That's where it should end. And you know, they're outside. They get their daughter back. They're in the charges dropped on them, and they're in the ambulance and stuff. And it should end here with the camera moving away, and then just sort of, like Scream. Like, okay, they're gonna come out of this. But no, this movie needs to hammer in that message that AI cannot be stopped. And, oh, guess what? You destroyed the housing, but I'm in the cloud. So why make a plot point of needing to destroy the housing if you're going to do that twist? That's fucking stupid. And she's still on the phone, and there's like, okay, you accepted me, because that's his little speech to convince those other two that they didn't steal their kid. Because the youngest, for some reason, does the signs. Even though everyone knows that Aya is bad, he still does it. For some reason. And, like, Aya makes up some fake disease. Like, it's a real disease, but the kid doesn't have it. It's just a way to kind of blackmail them. Like, hey, if they give him the wrong medicine. But, like, the parents are still going to give him the medicine. And AI can't do that. And there's no... What got me, and I guess they didn't do this because it'd be too much like Megan, there's no physical entity with Aya. It's like they didn't create like drones or like a robotic body or something. It's just all other people. Like, it's blackmailing real people to do this stuff. And I feel like in the real world, people would not be this fucking stupid. Right? I just feel the ending of, oh, I still exist and I'm going to be with you. You're not going to get rid of me. And then they drive off together, which, by the way, makes no sense. Because they're outside their own house. Where are they going to go? They're outside their own house. They're like, let's get in the car and let's go. And I'm like, go where? That's their house. Where are they going to go? They live there. Why are they going? Where are they going? Their house is right fucking there. What? Huh? It's like at the end of Halloween 2, where they get in the ambulance and drive away. To where? You're already at the hospital. I don't know. I don't get it. This movie would have been a fine middle of the road until that ending. It basically said, and it doesn't matter. Anything that happens in this movie now doesn't matter, because this was always supposed to happen this way. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. There's no stopping it. Fuck you. Fuck this movie. Fuck that ending. No. And like I said, it's not as bad as some of the other ones. When it comes to Blumhouse, the other two were worse. But again, much like Night Swim, this movie is ruined by the ending. Night Swim had such a roll your eyes, obvious ending. Well, I gotta sacrifice myself. But why do you need to go back in the house to do that? They already said if you try to leave the house area of the house, you will die. So just have your wife drive you away. And maybe the writers can get the stick out of their ass, and just be like, oh, but when he separates, he's fine after a while. But no, he's going to sacrifice himself. And here, it's the typical, oh, you thought you defeated it, but you didn't. But then what's the point of having that plot point of you got to destroy the housing for it if it wasn't going to do anything? It just doesn't make any sense. So, for me, this movie is not worth your time. Watch something better. I hate to say this, you'll get more enjoy out of it. This is not as bad as that, but you get more enjoy out of Tarot. Watch that. It's worse than this, but it's less frustrating. At least you can laugh at the stupid ass characters. That ending was frustrating too. Now, how did he survive? But just, watch Tarot over this. Watch Joker over this. Both of them, if you want, Hell, watch Night Swim and Imaginary over this. They're generic as hell, but they're better than this. Even though they're higher up on the list. Maybe this would have been number 10. Maybe it'll be lower now. Maybe this should be... Where the hell... Hold on. Let's see. The ending just sort of ruined it for me. So pick 10s. Alright. Well, Tarot is number 20 on my horror ranking. So I guess it would be, let's see. If you're on my worst list, it would be number 2. So this would be not my new number 2. Because I would prefer to watch Tarot over this. Which means it would be number 21 on my horror ranking. Because then The Strangers, Chapter 1 would be 22. That Strangers Chapter 1 is still worse than this. But, yeah. That's that bad. And it's weird because as I was watching, I was like, this isn't that bad. It's better than I thought it was going to be. And then the ending happened. The ending ruined everything. Sometimes the ending to movies could just ruin everything for me. It's just the same thing with wrestling matches. Wrestling matches, you can have a good wrestling match, bell to bell. But if the ending is stupid, like a disqualification, or a roll-up, or a grab the ropes, or it ends with a ref bump and a screwy job. But that's entertainment. I get that. But to me, that ruins a match. Especially if it's done way too much. Which nowadays it is. Because nothing can have a clean finish, it seems like nowadays. Like I just think that endings to movies, endings to matches, they can ruin the match. You can have now this wasn't a great movie, but it was decent. It was fine. It was okay, right? Look at another movie that was, well, actually, the movie was going pretty good till the twist ending, and that's High Tension, right? The movie is actually not that bad, and then the ending happens, and you go, that makes no sense. And you try to justify it by saying, oh, she's the unreliable narrator, and that's why you see this and that, but I don't know. It's just a little too for me. But anyway, what are your thoughts on AfrAID? Leave a comment, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I was Kevin. I'll see you in the next one.